Hey everyone, so this video is actually an older video. I pre-filmed this and I think I was just trying to switch things up a little bit, so I actually started with my face versus my eyes, which is what I usually do. So I took the Becca First Light Priming Filter, the purple primer, and put that all over my face. And then I'm taking the Born This Way foundation in Tiramisu from Too Faced. I think this was my first time trying it, so I put it on pretty slowly with my Sephora sponge because I was trying to see what the coverage looked like and if the color was good. In this video, the color actually looks okay. It looks maybe like a shade too dark, but once I blended it all out, it all worked out for the best. So I just, started building that up on my skin. The coverage was really good, but I did want to build it up just a little. And once I blended it all out, I actually think the shade looks pretty decent. So I did one side of my face with a brush and the other side with a sponge. This is the e.l.f. blending brush, but it's like the mini one. And I tried it on that side too, and to be honest, I don't remember how I felt about it at the time, but just looking back at this video, it looks fine on both sides. And then I added a little bit of this lighter concealer just to, because I thought the shade actually was a little bit too dark, so I added a bit of the lighter concealer to just lighten it up a bit, and then I blended all that out. And now I am concealing. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in Dark Cocoa. And I'm just highlighting like I normally would, center of the forehead, down the bridge of the nose, tip of my nose, my cupid's bow, and the center of my chin. And I just flip my sponge around. This is the Sephora blender sponge, I think is what this is called. It's like you can use it wet or dry. I'm taking this e.l.f. bronzer palette and I'm taking that like matte, soft, light brown shade, and I'm just using that to set the highlight. And now I am going to put that Wet n Wild concealer underneath my eyes. I didn't go too crazy, but I definitely did, like, make sure to go back into the product on each eye. And then I just kind of brought it like towards the sides of my nose. And then I blended that out as well. Next I'm going to set it. I'm using the Becca, this is the Hydramist Set and Refresh powder. So I'm just using the sponge to pat that on underneath my eyes. And then I went back into that shade from the e.l.f. bronzer palette and just kind of dusted away that bake with that shade. I like to do that just to give myself a little bit more color, because that powder is, it doesn't give me a white cast, but it's pretty light for me because it's translucent. Now I'm setting the rest of my face with the e.l.f. pressed, what is this called? Flawless Finish powder, the pressed powder, and this is in the shade Dark. And I'm using my Mary Kay powder brush just to apply that all over. Going back into that e.l.f. bronzer palette, I am just going to bronze a little bit. I'm taking this like multi-purpose e.l.f. tool brush to just put that all over. I'm kind of using the shade as a contour, I guess, more than a bronzer. Now I'm going to move on to blush. This is the Milani, oh, what is the actual name? I can't remember the line of blushes, but this is the shade Romantic Rose. I'm going into this Pixi and Chloe Morello palette, and I'm just adding that blush in the middle for a little bit of shimmer, like a blush topper. Then I'm going to highlight with the Anastasia Glow Kit, but it broke. I'm like still upset about it. That shade, I'm taking that broken shade actually, and I'm just going to highlight with that. And then I kind of mixed the like white highlight with the pinky one. The pinky one's called Starburst. I forget what the other one's called. It's like a white gold color, and I just kind of mixed those two. And I'm using my e.l.f. highlighting brush. Then I highlighted my cupid's bow. I just kind of dipped my finger into the two shades. And now I'm actually gonna bronze more, so with this really warm orangey kind of glittery color. This color is very shimmery, but I feel like it brings a lot of warmth back to the face. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned, but this e.l.f. bronzer palette is in dark. It's like the darkest kit they offer. Now you can see all that glitter on my face. So I started my brows using the e.l.f. brow pencil in deep brown, and that is also broken. I don't know like what happened to all my makeup, but this day literally, like, oh, I was so upset. My entire eyebrow pencil like fell out of the packaging. But you know, I pushed it right back in there and used it. So I'm just kind of outlining my brows, not really filling them in, but trying to create the shape I want. And then I went back into that Chloe Morello and Pixi palette, and I took that like really dark brown shade, and I just used that powder to fill in the rest of my brows. And I'm gonna warn you, this day with my brows was a struggle. I don't know, probably because I used the powder with the pencil, I don't know. But it all works out in the end, so that's all that matters. So I like to use the powder in the front because I just feel like it looks a little bit more natural. And then I'm just trying to create like a nice sharp tail on the edge of the end of my brow. And just spooling it out to blend it. And now I'm gonna just clean those up a bit because they are a little messy. So I'm taking that same Wet n Wild concealer, and I'm taking a little tiny, this is actually an eyeshadow brush. It's from Makeup For You. And I'm just using that brush to highlight my brow bone with the concealer and kind of fix where I messed up to make my brow look a little bit more sharp. Taking this little mini Real Technique sponge to blend out that concealer. And then I just set that down. I mixed that shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette, that like light-ish brown one, with a little bit of the white. The white's a little shimmery though, so I went really light on it, and I just used those to set my brows. Sorry about all that racket, but I just had to go grab my Jaclyn Hill palette so I could look at the shade names. So I am taking Silk Cream. It's either Silk Cream or Faint to finish that off. And now I'm just going to use my eye primer. This is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Caffeine. Blending that all over the lid with my finger. And I'm just going to set it really quick with the Becca powder because there's not really like a good shade to do that with in the eyeshadow palette I'm about to use. Well, you already saw it. It's the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe collab, the first one. So I'm taking this like deep pinky warm tone shade. I think it's called Pooter. And I'm just putting that in my crease. I'm using this little Mary Kay crease eyeshadow brush. Zoomed you in a little bit because I realized it didn't make any sense to be filming from all the way back there when I was doing eyeshadow. And I had to just really build that shade up because it is pretty soft. Now I'm going into this deeper shade. It's kind of around the same tone though. I think this one is Buns. Yeah. Then I went back into this other shade, this lighter one, Silk Cream, and I'm using a Wet n Wild crease brush, which is a little bit fluffier, to blend that out all over, to kind of just cover more area, get more product on. And I blended it upwards. Now I'm taking this really pretty, like, light shimmery color. This one is called Obsessed, and I'm putting Obsessed all over the lid with my finger. If you want it to be more intense, you could just use a brush and some spray or a glitter glue. But I don't know, I was kind of going for like a glam, but like not super glam, like a medium glam. Is that a thing? Not soft, like a little bit more than soft. I just highlighted my inner corners real quick using that like shimmering white shade. And then I took this angled eyeshadow brush and I just smoked this darker color out by putting it in the outer V and blending it a little bit with that angled brush. I mostly just use the angled brush to get the shape right and, you know, just kind of to soften it up, make it look a little less harsh, running the brush back over it. Taking that same warm tone shade, I think this one is Faint again, and I'm just smoking that out under the lower lash line. These colors are a little too soft, I think, for my lower lash line. Like, personally, they just don't really show up on me because they're a little too light, at least these shades, so I just really built them up. Now I'm using the eyeliner. This is the Tarte Maneater liquid eyeliner, like the liquid eyeliner pen, and I use that. And I showed you the brush, I think, because I wasn't feeling the brush. It's like, I don't know, it's weird. The brush kind of like will separate. Like the hairs all won't stay together. And that's why I'm not the biggest fan of brush tips. I prefer felt tips. So I'm putting on mascara. And I got some on my face. That was tragic. Now I'm going to set my brows. This is the Maybelline Great Lash Blast Clear Mascara, and I'm just using it as a brow gel. And I'm going to line my lips. This is the NK lip liner in Coco. This is like my favorite lip liner. I use it all the time. And I am just filling, well, I'm kind of just like outlining, not filling in yet. And I'm not going to fill in because I'm going to take this Milani lipstick in the shade Candied Toffee and put that on all over and kind of blend it into the lip liner. And that's it. Bye, guys.